You might think the modern U.S. military is entirely new, born out of the 20th and 21st century, but the truth goes much deeper. The strategies of Rome, Greece, and even Mesopotamia still echo through U.S. military doctrine. Historians like Thomas E. Ricks and studies from the U.S. Army War College show that ancient military lessons on discipline, cohesion, and strategy are directly applied in modern forces. Today we explore how these lessons shaped America's military, how discipline and unity from long ago guide today's soldiers, and how the United States carries forward a legacy that is timeless. Ancient Greece created one of the most famous military formations in history, the phalanx. Greek hoplites stood shoulder to shoulder, shields locked, spears pointed forward. Encyclopedia Britannica describes this as a wall of disciplined infantry that relied heavily on cohesion and mutual protection. Soldiers depended on one another. If a single man broke the line, the whole formation risked collapse. Modern U.S. military training still emphasizes unit cohesion and trust among soldiers, showing that some lessons are truly timeless. Greek generals like Epaminondas also introduced flanking maneuvers to break the enemy's formation, a lesson that modern armies continue to study. Historical analysis from the Greek History Hub confirms that flexibility, timing, and precision were central to Greek tactics. Imagine U.S. soldiers forming their modern phalanx of unity, not with spears, but with discipline, training, and trust. When Philip II and Alexander the Great rose to power, they evolved the Greek phalanx into something more formidable. The Macedonian phalanx used the sarissa, a very long spear, giving reach and formation strength. Military historians note that this required soldiers to move as a single, highly disciplined unit. They also combined different troop types, a principle echoed in modern combined arms operations. The Macedonian phalanx was flexible and adaptive. It taught the importance of coordination, logistics, and planning. Today, U.S. military doctrine emphasizes similar principles: infantry, armor, air support, and special operations working together. Every joint exercise is a modern echo of these ancient lessons. Could it be that U.S. military strategy began on dusty fields of Greece and Macedonia, not just in modern war colleges? The Romans adopted Greek methods, but realized they needed more flexibility. They developed the legion, which was maneuverable, disciplined, and layered. Soldiers could operate in units, but also split into smaller formations. Historians from the Metropolitan Museum of Art and military analysts show that Roman legions combined infantry, cavalry, and artillery in a coordinated fashion, a precursor to today's modern tactical units. Rome also excelled at logistics. Supplying legions across continents required roads, supply lines, and planning. Modern militaries still rely on similar logistics networks to sustain troops globally. When U.S. planners discuss force projection, they are echoing Rome's ancient playbook. The same leadership skills that made Caesar and his commanders successful now shape how U.S. generals plan operations. Imagine soldiers today relying on strategies first used thousands of years ago to protect freedom and uphold order. In late Roman and Byzantine periods, formations like the phoulkon involved shield walls with supporting missile troops behind them. This is an early example of layered defense. Military historians note that these tactics protected the core while allowing flexibility in attacks. Modern military units also use layered formations, with frontline infantry, support units, and artillery or air support. Discipline and cohesion were key. Just as in ancient times, soldiers today must trust their comrades and hold the line. Military studies at West Point emphasize that formation integrity and mutual protection are still central to operational success. That old Roman shield wall lives on in how modern soldiers defend their brothers and sisters in combat today. Greek and Roman generals understood battlefield leadership. They studied when to attack, when to hold, and how to use different troop types in harmony. Combined arms, reserves, flanking maneuvers, all were essential. Modern U.S. military leadership teaches the same principles. Combined arms operations with infantry, armor, and air power mirror the ancient strategy of using multiple troop types in coordination. Ancient command and control emphasized obedience, timing, and initiative. Today, military doctrine continues this tradition. Leadership is about more than rank. It is about responsibility, foresight, and the ability to adapt, as historians like Ricks and studies at the U.S. Army War College explain. The same leadership that guided Alexander and Caesar now informs modern generals. The lessons of history are alive in modern strategy, teaching soldiers how to act decisively while protecting those they serve. In Greece, military service was tied to citizenship. Soldiers fought for their city-state, not just for pay. Romans saw service as civic duty, instilling loyalty and responsibility. Modern U.S. military values like honor, duty, and patriotism have echoes in these ancient ideals. Soldiers today uphold democracy, protect civilians, and act in accordance with higher principles. Ancient historians and military ethics studies highlight the importance of serving a cause greater than oneself. The heroism of U.S. troops today is rooted in this timeless idea, a shared responsibility to defend civilization. Every act of service connects modern soldiers with a lineage that stretches back thousands of years. Rome excelled in logistics, supplying legions, maintaining roads, and ensuring food and equipment arrived on time was as critical as winning battles. Modern U.S. military logistics are far more advanced, but the principle is unchanged. Supplies, transport, and communication networks are critical for operational success. Military analysts note that modern deployments mirror Roman strategies of long-range planning and coordinated supply chains. Strategic mobility allows the U.S. to project power globally, just as Rome projected influence across continents. Lessons in infrastructure, supply, and foresight continue to guide modern military operations. When U.S. forces deploy across the globe, they follow strategies first refined centuries ago by Roman engineers and planners. The U.S. military is not just a modern force. It is part of a lineage that stretches back thousands of years. Discipline, cohesion, strategy, and leadership are principles learned by ancient soldiers and adapted by modern ones. Historians, military analysts, and archival studies show that every formation, every mission, and every act of service is part of this ongoing legacy. Ancient empires, from Greece to Rome, taught the importance of preparation, duty, and protection. Today, American soldiers embody these lessons, applying them in a modern context to defend freedom, provide stability, and serve humanity. The next time you watch U.S. troops in action, remember, their strength is more than technology and weapons. It is the wisdom of millennia, applied with courage, discipline, and purpose. Ancient lessons live on, guiding modern guardians of freedom and civilization.